Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth and I'm back today to do your monthly tarot horoscopes. This is for everyone with their ascendant, sun, or moon in the lovely big purry kitty Leo. And I am back using my Shadowscapes deck by Stephanie Puy-Moon-Law. This deck is brand new, or pretty brand new, so I'm excited about using it. Thank you guys so much for all of your lovely comments so far with my other videos, me doing these. I do intend to take hiatus at some point here, but I had time to do these and I wanted to get them out for everyone. So yeah, let's just look to see what we've got. Just wanted to finish shuffling just a little bit. If you would like a private reading, you just check out my website, oracledaphne.com. I do want to say that too. I am doing private readings. Just bear in mind that the scheduled time here is probably 1 to 2 weeks. If you send a payment right away, it could be less depending on my schedule. I will say May is kind of going to be a little bit of an intense month for some of the signs, not as much for others. I feel like for you, it's definitely less intense. There's less intense like drama, which is unusual for Leo. I feel like the Leos that are watching, there's a lot of positive things that are coming for May, which is really exciting for you. The first thing that I want to say is, in the center of the reading, and this is something I don't see that often, you have the Star card crossed by the Ace of Cups. So I'm going to show you them together, side by side. But you see the fish. You see how the fish in the Star card kind of mimic the fish here, and the fish down here. To me, because Leos are like ruled, like the heart is like Leo, you know, the generous lion. The fact that the cards that are in the center of the reading, what I call the heartbeat of the reading, are so positive and they link up so well. To me, this is you being very generous, but also being in a very good place, like very good place in your life. It's sort of like the right place and the right time. I feel like it's a very good place. Even if you don't feel like it's a good place, I feel like you're very centered. There's a lot of prosperity, and I feel like your intentions, whether they're, you know, I mean, some Leos don't have the best intentions, but I feel like for most of you that are watching, I feel like you have really good intentions. And this is like the total opposite reading of Gemini, just so you guys know. And like in the sense that their heart space was totally blocked, and I feel like because of walls that they've built. So like if you have any planets in Gemini, you might not actually resonate with this, but if you know you're watching Leo, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant, and or some strong planets in Leo, this is being very, your heart space is really open, and there's a sense of openness that I like to see from Leos. I feel like Leos that are in there, working from their higher self, have this. Like it's very. The Leos that I've met that are working from their higher selves, they are very kind, generous people, and they're open, they're giving, they're outgoing. I like to see this. It's a really beautiful beginning to May, or whenever you're reading this, it's a good space to be in. There's a lot of prosperity about this too. I want to say a lot of prosperity, good, healthy financial flow. Ace of Cups is the drop of promise, and the Star card to me is blessings from heaven. So it's like, to me, it feels like it's about to rain. You know, money. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like one of your deceased loved ones is about to drop, you know, dollar bills from the heavens. You know, if you are. And that may also be kind of like what's been happening for you too. Like if you are in the music industry or in the entertainment world or in some place where you are able to earn like large sums of money, to me, that's how I see it. I feel like the sky is going to open up and it's just like money's going to fall on you. And I definitely feel like there is, I feel like there's a willingness to receive it. I feel like you're in a place to receive it. And I feel like you're intended to receive it. So reach out for it, because it's definitely coming to you. That's what I want to say. And it's definitely specific. I want to say that it's specific. I don't know why I want to say that, but that's what I'm feeling and seeing here. Excuse me. There really are no blockages in this reading. Yeah, there's some challenges, but not as many blockages. So I like to see that. You do have the Knight of Cups in the immediate future, and the Knight of Cups can indicate a water sign male. If you are dating a water sign male, this is him. If you're interested in a water sign male, this is him. I feel like this is more of a message of good news. Some of you just want to not worry about this person. This could be like a family member, or a friend, or somebody that you're concerned about. This could be, I want to say it's like your son. Some of you, especially if you have any strong Leo in your chart, to me, this is your son. This is someone who may have had troubles with drugs and alcohol, or maybe has had kind of a rough time getting things off the ground for themselves. You may have had a hard time getting things off the ground for yourself. But I feel like this is like you being worried about them and then not being worried about them. You're not going to have to worry about them. The fact is that the Six of Swords to me indicates a freedom from worry. So anything that has been, any issue or instance that's been causing you worry, is going to dissipate. Similar to Aquarius. The Star card can also indicate Aquarius, and it's weird. I was thinking about this in the shower this morning. There is a connection between Aquarius and Leo. So I just feel like I'm reading for someone where they may be dating a Leo, or there may be a Leo in their life. I don't necessarily feel like this guy is romantic. I mean, he can seriously romance you if you let him. But I don't feel like he's necessarily romantic for everyone. You do have the Ten of Cups in the position of your attitude. And Ten of Cups is one of the sex cards. And so that means to tell me you're looking to get it on. And I definitely feel like you're going to. Leos can definitely get it on. If you're interested in a Leo, they want to get it on with you. That's what I want to say. There's like so many different ways that I could go with this. Some of you are on a track to be married and have children. That's the track that you're on. Some of you already you've been married, or you are married and have had children. Some of you do have young children. Some of you may be stay-at-home moms. You know, I don't see a lot of career cards here, except from that star card in the center with the Ace of Cups. So to me, there's not a lot of career changes. You know, things seem to be very, almost like quiet. It's almost too quiet for Leo. But you may be balancing things very well, and I like to see that. So to me, it's a healthy balance. Then if you are working, a healthy financial flow. You got the Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles in reverse is exactly what I was talking about. Money is flowing to you. You're the channel for money. Money is flowing to you. That's what's happening in May. I don't know why, but that's what I'm seeing. But yeah, there's a story here about relationships, children, things kind of going in a natural direction, and then maybe even having a future career after that. Some of you may be, wanting to stay at home, but then are planning to do career after maybe your children are grown, or maybe some of you are going back to work after you've raised children, like maybe your children are grown up too. That's a possibility. There is a strong element of romance, but I'm seeing all three like romance cards. We got the Lovers, we got the Two of Cups, and we have the Ten of Cups. So either I'm reading for like multiple couples or people that are already coupled and in either dating someone or married to someone or sleeping with someone. If that's not the case, then my only caution would be there's like multiple cheating situations happening. Where a partner or you has like multiple people on the side. To me, this is multiples. Some of you, I'm like not trying to make you paranoid. I actually do feel like for the most of you, like it's a stable relationship that you're in. I do see that. But for others, some of you like want to know. Okay, so yeah, so for others, it's a very long, what would I say, like history that your partner has had of having people on the side. And I feel like I want to say texting. Texting is like they're texting or emailing or both. All of that's going to come to the surface though. Like some of you really want, really want to know if you're going to get married. Like you really want to know if you're going to get married. And so much so, like you want it so badly that it's almost making you ill. It's to me it's obsession. To me it's an obsession and it's not healthy. Some of you want to know if it's fated to be where you meet someone and you have like more romance. And to me, yeah, that's yes. That's the answer is yes. Are you going to get married? Some of you are on track to getting married, like I said. Some of you don't believe it though. Like it's weird. Some of you don't believe that that's going to happen to you. Even if somebody told you you were, you don't believe it. Some of you may be like calling around different psychics and getting different like opinions on things, and maybe they're different, maybe they're the same. It just feels like you're questioning, like you want to lock it down, like you're doubtful of if that's going to happen. And the thing is, you have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse is the wheel is stuck. With this question, it's stuck because you're not meant to know at this time. Maybe there's some element of surprise, or maybe you're supposed to meet someone when you least expect it. And if you're like planning it, it's not going to happen. You're blocking it essentially from yourself. Definitely OCD here, feeling a little bit like there's an OCD vibe. Some of you want to know, are you going to get married to someone who cheated on you? And the answer is no. I definitely feel like there's a third party situation happening for some of you where the other person is married. Definitely see that. Some of you are headed down the wrong road. I mean, there's so many different stories here. Some of you are headed down the wrong road with a person. Specifically, it's a person. I'm seeing a person that's not good. They're not good for you, and you're headed down the road with them. Some of you, it's a karmic journey where it's like you're going to learn later what not to do. You're going to learn a lot from that experience. I can't tell you what to do. I can just tell you what I see in the cards. Some of you have had a struggle with constantly being worried about where you're going to live, constantly being worried about finances, and it's just like ongoing. And it's like the decisions you make, for whatever reason, lead you down to a road that doesn't produce anything. It's like you may be moving or you may be switching jobs, but it's like nothing is really sticking. I do feel like for some of you, it's a spell. I hate to say that, but that's what I'm feeling. For some of you, it's a spell that someone has put on you. Essentially, a spell is just negative energy that sort of is blocking you from getting ahead. Now, before you go and say, well, I know who it is, or I know what that is, before that happens, before you say any of that, I want you to examine your choices and examine why you're making those choices that you're making. And I want you to think about how you could have made better choices. The Leo is supposed to be sure-footed, and the shadow is the Aquarius that makes, light speed decisions. And I definitely feel like some of your decisions have been like light speed, too fast, and that's part of the problem. I guess my challenge to you is to recognize how because Leo needs to learn about the self, needs to develop ego and understand their part in things, how you have contributed to your life, how you have contributed to your decisions, for better or for worse, how you have contributed to your, I want to say, instability at times, how you may have contributed to not getting married. A lot of people don't get married because they're not ready, because they don't want to give up that part of themselves. And that could be one of the reasons why you haven't done it. People put up walls to protect themselves. People block things or don't allow things to happen because they don't want them to happen. So it's sort of like some of it's all very subconscious. And Leos have a hard time with that, I think. Like Leos are not necessarily metaphysical creatures. They're more creatures of learning to develop the self and learning how to give from themselves, and how in some way to have healthy relationships, but in like at a normal pace, like at a normal time. So like if you have had like relationships that have like come and gone very quickly, then you're learning to like slow down. If you have had only like long-term relationships where they've lasted for 20 or 30 years, then you're learning to speed up, essentially. So there's this slow fast thing that's happening with you, Leo, especially in May. I definitely see that. Oh, okay, so there's this other energy. I want to talk about it. The overlords of this planet don't care if anybody has a relationship or not. It's actually better for them if we don't. Because if we're in a place of like the love vibration, which is totally divine, unified vibration of love, that's totally balanced, then we're not giving away our energy to them. And we're not obsessing about things or blocking ourselves. We're basically, like if we're in a place of Zen, we're not doing essentially what they want. Okay. So there is always more love in the world. And there's like a million bazillion people on this planet. And I know that's an exaggeration. So for those of you who are looking for love, it's there. It's always there and always will be there. It's time to let go of the notion that you can't find it, because it's always there. It's always available to you. They don't want you to think that it is, but it always is. And if we were all in the love vibration, then we wouldn't be fighting each other, killing each other. And they're totally feeding off of all of that. All of that's junk. So if you want to beat the game, which I feel like some of you do. Some of you want to beat the game. Like you see things as kind of a game and you want to beat the game. If you want to beat the game, then know that you can have as much love as you want. And you're not ever really blocked from it. Even if someone put a spell on you. And even if you never dated a person again for the rest of your life, you could have love if you really wanted it. And sometimes, okay, so this is something that I had to learn. This is a really special piece of information. Essentially, I had to learn myself that love does not show up in the way we want it to show up necessarily all the time. Sometimes we want love to show up in that perfect Mr. or Mrs. Right, but we're limiting ourselves to thinking that's the only way that we're going to receive love. And if we didn't have people in our lives that didn't love us, we would never reach for something else. We would just so let's just say you have a dad who is totally loving and totally supportive. You're never going to reach out to a guy that or other places in the universe, friendships, pets, plants. You're never going to reach out for something else because you're totally satisfied with the love that you're getting from your dad. So here's the thing. Even if you've struggled in love, and even if you've had, or even if you felt totally unlovable or totally like love is blocked from you, the thing is that experience is making you reach out and and realize that love comes in different forms than what you're expecting. And it's not limited to just romantic people or family or friends. It's just not. You might find love in a completely different way than what you're expecting. And that would be enough, actually. And some of you don't even believe that that would be satisfying. But let me tell you, it is. So I just encourage you. I don't want you to be discouraged by this reading at all. There's a lot of things happening. I want to say that's going on in May. But I think if you realize that love is available, and there's different kinds of love too, and that you're here to experience different kinds of love. It's not just romantic love. Then I think you'll be on a good page, I think that's all that I want to say. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, Google Plusing. I appreciate it so much. I send everyone big hugs, big kisses, and I will be back for more. So stay tuned. If you want to check out my website, it's oracledaphne.com. The link will be below. Thank you guys so much. Take care. All the best.